1075 The Game Podcasting is sponsored by Modern Exterminating, a family-oriented company. Professional, honest, and dependable pest control solutions. We're your one-stop shop for all pests.
South Carolina has 4 guys invited to the NFL Combine. Now, headlined by Brandon Cisse, who, as I mentioned in hour number 1, is kind of shooting up draft charts right now. If you haven't paid attention, yesterday, The Athletic put out, or actually I think Monday, put out their 2026 NFL mock draft, one of their first ones. And Brandon Cisse was mocked 20th to the Dallas Cowboys. Today, ESPN and Field Yates have put out theirs, and he's mocked 18th to the Minnesota Vikings. Cisse is a guy that a lot of people are projecting to go and run at the Combine, and they're saying if he runs a 4.3 or better, you're talking about a guy who could jump into the top 15. So kudos to him, and something that certainly South Carolina gives them another selling point on the recruiting trail. Doesn't get them any victories, of course, but it is something you sell on the recruiting trail of like, hey, that dude played for us. Torian Gray coached that guy. Look at him now being a top 15 pick, especially coming on the heels of Nicky Menwari just winning a Super Bowl and being a second-round pick. So football, when you get the transfer portal, we cover football so aggressively, if you will. We cover it. We are so in-depth with football. We know the transfer portal. We know Jacarius Peak. We know Nitro Tuggle. You're like, all right, I know exactly what that guy's going to do for our program. Now I can see Carter Miller is going to be the center on the football team. Know exactly. Basketball, a little less. You kind of like, all right. I kind of got Michi Johnson. Like, okay, let's see what let's see what Kobe Knox can do. All right, I kind of know these guys. Baseball feels like we have no clue. It's not covered the same. So you go out and you do what South Carolina did, and you hit the transfer portal real hard, and you bring in a essentially brand new team for the most part. And it's just kind of like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what they are. South Carolina with 4 football players invited to the NFL Combine. And we'll have to get we'll drag Patrick Brett back in here and get his Combine thoughts coming up in the month of March. But you got Brandon Cisse going. And right now, Brandon Cisse has kind of worked his way into the top 20 of the NFL draft. Field Yates putting out his ESPN mock draft, predicting all 32 first-round spots today. This is from Field Yates, and he has got at number 18 to the Minnesota Vikings, Brandon Cisse. He says, this is Field Yates, Cisse is one of the most unique prospects in this class as he's a cornerback with uncommon strength and athletic ability. If he tested the Combine, get ready for a show. While a perimeter corner at his core, Cisse took occasional slot snaps at South Carolina. He was a force against the run from either alignment and can plaster perimeter wideouts in man coverage, staying physical and matching them stride for stride. He then goes on to say cornerback is a need for Minnesota. So keep an eye on that. He is moving himself up. And as I was saying earlier, if he goes to that Combine and has a big Combine, you could see Brandon Cisse continue to really work his way up the NFL draft and get inside the top 15 because of what you just read from Field Yates. Who would you take to be South Carolina's quarterback? Who do you think is the best quarterback in the league? You going Arch? Are you going Trinidad Chambliss? The guy that we thought we were going to get, Gunnar Stockton, would you take him? I'm not sure I wouldn't go Gunnar Stockton. I kind of thought about it. I'm not sure I wouldn't go with Gunnar Stockton ahead of Arch Manning. I'm interested to see how Sam Levitt does at LSU under Lane Kiffin. Remember, Levitt was really good 2 years ago for Arizona State when they got to the college football playoffs, and I'll be interested to see that.